Okay, I'm going to restring my Bigsby on my new guitar for the first time. I'm going to take these flat wound strings off, and I'm going to defy traditional wisdom. I'm going to take off all the strings because I want to see how this mechanism works. And the bar is just, to me, is just insanely high. You know, it's not like Bigsby's I've seen on Gretches. In any case, I've got all my string changing tools out. Strings, winder, wire cutter, and my Swiss knife of Allen wrenches. I've already lowered the pickup height at the bridge because it was nearly touching the strings, and the only way for me to adjust the saddles forward or backward is with a flathead on this side. Supposedly we were supposed to be able to use an Allen wrench from the rear, but there's nothing there to adjust. It's just the flat end of the screw, so I'm screwed as far as trying to adjust this. So I had to lower the pickup height on this, and I discovered the flat wounds. It's probably what was giving you that dull sound I didn't like. I marked off the bridge with some, I didn't have stickies, so I used some really light masking tape to kind of have a placeholder for the bridge. We'll see how this turns out. I hope I don't really screw this up, but the only way to learn is by mistakes. So see how it goes. Hope this doesn't take me all day. I'm going to take all the strings off. Here's a little discovery I made. I didn't realize about the roller bar. I didn't know that there were pins. That's what the string ball end latches onto. So I'm going to put a little crimp in the string, attach it to each of these little bars. I don't know what the hell they're called, string bars. Wrap it around, and I didn't move the bridge too much, and I guess we'll see where it goes from there. Oh, and I discovered that I can't just easily detach the spring mechanism, so I'm not going to screw with that. And I suspect the spring tension might be a little bit easier once I change the string gauge. Yeah, this even feels a lot lighter now. Well, there's no string tension. Oh wait, I don't know if that even plays. Yeah, it does, because this roller bar pulls on the strings. So those flat wounds definitely add a lot of tension, I think. Well, we'll find out. Okay, I've got the two E strings on. I've tried to get the intonation correct on both as best that I could, but my tuner kind of died. But I've kind of eyeballed the strings, and they're pretty equal on both sides. I've had to move the bridge back and forth a few times, and also moved it by accident when adjusting something else. So basically, I'm just going to restring everything else. I guess this is the important thing with a Bigsby and a movable tunematic bridge, is not take all the strings off, so you don't move the bridge around. But I wanted to do it anyway to look under the hood, so to speak, of this Bigsby, and there's no way I can remove this spring by myself anyway without breaking something. So this is something to learn. Next go around, I think it won't be nearly as difficult because I won't be taking all the strings off at once. I think these strings are a little bit uneven, but we'll see how it works out. I'm probably going to have to go out and get batteries later and screw around with the intonation. Oh, one thing I found to be helpful is putting a capo on the neck, so I don't have to have to pull on the string to keep constant tension over the bar. while I'm putting it through the tuning peg. So I stuck a capo on the neck just to hold down the tension down here on this end. Well, that's it. All the strings are on. I had to make an adjustment. I think the strings are pretty even on both sides. My tuner crapped out, so it's not registering the low E, but I know I can tell that the intonation's a bit off. I may have to raise this bridge pickup later because I like that bite in my treble side. I don't know, I'll have to see, but I did have to lower it again because there are no hex slots to put a wrench in the back. It's perfectly flat back there, so I think this is an incredible design flaw to have the screws on this side. I don't know, it depends on your perspective, but I still think coming from here, from the rear, doggy style, sometimes it's better than trying to go through this way, especially if you have this pickup raised. That means anytime you have to make an adjustment in the future, if you have your pickup raised, you're going to have to lower it, and that's a pain in the neck. Aside from that, let's see, I'll try to give a bird's eye view of the strings as it lays against the fretboard. And because I always do incredibly retarded things with my strings, I don't snip them off until I'm actually sitting and tuning, because it's been more times I can count that I've done the tuning backwards, and that's such a pain in the balls. But I think I got it right, and I played with the trem a little bit. It's still very stiff. This thing is just stiff. But as with any Bigsby, after a string change, or probably anything with the tremolo, you probably should mess with it a little bit to get the strings to settle. And I didn't get this string perfectly aligned, but I can deal with that later. So that's it for my first Bigsby string change. I learned a few things. Learned ideally you should not do it with the guitar naked. That way you always have tension on your bridge. Because this thing's floating all over the place. I had to move it around and all that kind of stuff. And having my electronic tuner die on me wasn't a fun thing, because I'm just kind of winging it now. So I'm going to need some AA batteries, and maybe I'll be able to give you guys a listen. If this thing, I don't know, I really don't know how badly it's out of intonation, but this is my new baby, my new Artcore AF75 TG. Got a great price for it, got a great case for it, and hopefully I'll work out this spring issue, and hopefully I won't have issues I've read about online regarding the Gretsch licensed Bigsby by Ibanez. And as I think probably you Bigsby people know that one big difference with this Bigsby is that there's only this roller. I think with a traditional licensed Bigsby, there's two rollers, I think, anyway. But in this case, there wasn't another roller for me to put the strings under and around, whatever. By tomorrow, I won't even know what a roller is. But that's it for now, and I think it took me a little over an hour, and that was, a good part of it was screwing around with the bridge over here. So I don't know if anybody learned anything from this, but I also videoed this just in case I really screwed up somewhere by lifting up the Bigsby system, because I really want to see how I can get at that spring, which doesn't look easy, and I think I did the smart thing for once and decided not to play repairman and taking the damn thing apart. So I'm just going to leave that there for now, and I'll catch you guys later.